Hello there, it's me, earthmanbrick. We're back. I'm looking today at some of these hole punches. These are from EK Tools. Now I've tried some non-EK Tool hole punches from China, and it wasn't even the metal part that... No wait, it was the metal part that broke, not the plastic. Which kind of shows you that buying hole punches from China is very much a gamble. These are all made in Taiwan. The company's American. And yeah, these are, I highly recommend. I've never had an issue with these. These are completely robust, well made, and a lot more expensive than the Chinesian ones. And they're fantastic. Now, I've used these for making map tiles before, large hexagonal ones. Very cool. And square ones, I've used these for making floor tiles with, and a few other things. They're good if you want to make a quick basis for if you're making like orc panels and things, that sort of type of affair. These ones, perfect for miniature bases. This is the 1-inch one here. That's effectively your 25mm bases. Exactly. And this is your 1 1/4-inch one, which is exactly your 32mm bases. So these are absolutely great. It even has the sizes right there as well. And you have this little clip here so you can keep it stored in this position. I prefer not to do that because I like to leave the tension off the springs so that it's still got that springability. I don't know if that's a word. But I went and bought some more of these, so I'm going to move those to one side. And we're going to unbox and have a look at these ones. So I got this one here. This is a large edge punch. Now they do a whole series of these with all different patterns. This one caught my eye and I thought, I'll give it a try. So there's just the most simplest of instructions in the back. That's it there. American Crafts. And you can see, made in Taiwan. And yeah, we'll just get some opening this with some nice heavy duty cutting scissors. These scissors are great. This is Taylor's Eyewitness. Best scissors I've bought. They're very good, very easy to clean. And if you ever want to sharpen your scissors or any of your hole punches, the best thing to do is to cut up a lot of tin foil. It'll re-sharpen them. So I'm just opening this, and oh my goodness, look at that. That looks crazy. So we've got the little insert there. We can use this for windows and such like, so I'll put that to one side. In fact, we can probably practice on this piece of card here. This is a nice thin piece of card. It's actually a bit too flimsy for my liking. I like to use some of the harder card. It's a lot more robust. Like your beer boxes and your drinks boxes and cereal box card. Really good stuff. So first thing we do is we take off that and let's give it a try. See the absolute volume of cutting here. So oh bloody hell, quite a bit of pressure. There we go. Bloody hell. Right, now that's sort of stuck in position there. If it ever does get stuck, you can usually just tap it out. Avoid using your hands or anything because these bits are quite sharp. Let's have a look. There we go. Looks pretty darn minted. It's great if you're wanting to, and the whole idea of me getting this was so that I could have beautiful kind of crenellations. These are all the hole punch outs, as I typically call them. So we've got little diamondy kind of shaped bits and bobs all there. They might be, they might not be good for decoration at all. I'm going to err on the side of no good. Too small. Probably not going to work all that well. Different if you're cutting into nice pieces of card. This is a kind of a more robust piece of card, but look at that. It is exquisite. Really nice. And yeah, I figured this would be nice for balconies, it'd be nice for decorating. Because the beautiful thing about art is that you can just sort of, using your thumb and forefinger, you can add a curve to it so you can have it going around something. You could even use this as a stencil if you wanted, but yeah, I'm really happy with that. And I think if you want to keep going along the edge, what you do is you just line this up here until these parts, you can see it there, until there's no gaps, and you hit it again. There we go. I'll just poke this thing. There we go. And there we go. That's it. Pattern seamlessly continues. I think that's really freaking cool. Is it going to be perfect for a balcony? I suppose if you cut it along this edge here, and have that at the top of the balcony, and then glue that along the bottom rim, yeah, that could work out rather nicely. It looks like a modern kind of hotel kind of aesthetic. Anyway, pretty darn cool. Let's make a mess of my floor, put all that stuff down. And I got a couple of other ones. This is 1.5 inch hole punch. Now this would do your 40mm bases. How do I know that? Well, just put these to one side. Get out my steel rule. This is it here. That's inches on that side. I've got centimeters on this one. Pop that there. Bam. You can see that clear as day. 40mm. Perfect. You want 40mm bases. 1.5 inch. I don't think there's much point in me taking that one out. It's just going to be the same as these ones. Choose one of these. Boom. Instant base. As well as the more important thing is this part here. So if you ever wanted to do round doors, like your, what is it, the movie Alien, the Ridley Scott one? You ever wanted those cylindrical kind of doorways? It's a good way to go about it. Or if you're making like a vault door, like Fallout, or if you're making a bank door. You know how they have the huge round doors and giant hinges and such like. Pretty good for that. So this is a 2.5 inch one. Let's see, how many mils is that? So that's your 60mm bases. Perfect. Now I do have a big circular round hole cutter for much larger bases. I prefer to use that. These ones are great if you need a lot of bases done really quickly. And obviously, if you're using the softer card, it helps, especially if it's that, what is it, they call it grey board. If you use that, it's pretty good. Now, if you're using the, what is it, the thicker card, you are going to have to use the whole, the chances of it getting stuck are quite high, but you can pick it back out just by tapping it out again. Yeah, these hole punches are absolutely fantastic, especially for bases. because I don't bother buying or using the plastic bases. I just find them. Ah, did that in twice. Interesting. Again, more nice than that. Yes, plastic. Put to one side. Let's try out a 40mm hole punch. Right here. And you can always just line it up this way, so if you want to get it right to the edges, you can see it quite clearly that way. And if you're not bothered about the rest of the impression, way to go about it. So that would be your perfect 40mm miniature base. And you just layer up a few pieces of card just to give it the height it needs. Just glue them one to the other. Go around the edge with a black marker pen, and then the top, just give it whatever color it needs. You can easily texture it with some, what is it? You could use sand and PVA glue and paint. You could use shredded toilet paper, PVA glue and paint to do a quick, easy texture. Or you could sculpt and make up details. In fact, I see a lot of companies, like I think it's a Gamer Grass. They do, what is it? It's like base toppers, they call them, and it's little details, nice little bits and pieces made of resin that you can easily stick on top of a base when you're texturing it and adding your tufts and things. But yeah, a lot of cool options. I think this one's the easiest to open because you can just pull the flap. Nope. Easiest to open, he says. There we go. Yeah, there's a nice array. Oh, look at that. Really nice, decent quality acetate. Let's try out our 60mm hole punch. Just pop that bit. Let's give this a go. Boom! Instant. Look at that. Perfect circle. I'm just doing it more and more just because it's so satisfying. But yeah, I highly recommend EK Tools. These are the best I've found. If anyone's found anything better, let me know. But yeah, you can easily get these on Amazon. And I just find them perfect for bases and all sorts of cool stuff. But that's all I've got for you today. So, thanks again for watching. Bye.